Hello, welcome back for a free live tutorial. Today we're going to focus on this blanket. Obviously we're not going to make the entire thing, but I'm going to focus on a few parts that are very important for this blanket, which is also a bouquet. So it's a 2-in-1. It's really fun. They're currently going viral. Obviously different patterns out there, all kind of the same idea of making a circular blanket and adding some flowers of some sort around it. Mine has different types of rose colored. Well, it's the same pattern for the roses, but they're differently colored because I personally believe a bouquet should have multiple different colors. They just look pretty that way. The leaves are done pretty much the same way. You'll see in a second. We'll talk about that. And the circular part of it, the inside part, I'll just show you a couple of rounds on how to get started. But the written instruction as of right now of making this video is currently only available in this ebook. So you're getting this video right here to get you started and to get an idea on how this blanket is going to be made. But the actual written instructions as of right now is only in the ebook. But trust me, it is a really good deal. Considering once I publish this pattern, I'll probably charge about $10 for it. And the entire ebook with this coupon code is less than $20. So it is a good deal, just that you know. But we are also going to give away some prizes at the very end. So the agenda is we're going to first focus on the blanket. And I'm going to show you a few parts of that. Then we're going to talk a little bit more in detail about this new ebook and how it's different from all the other ebooks. And then we're going to do prices. Sounds good? Are we good on that? I just want to make sure everyone's on board. I'm really excited. Quick note on the pattern before I switch screens. I'm using worsted yarn. There's obviously plenty of colors you could be using. I'm just letting you know. I'm using worsted yarn. The actual material list is going to be in the pattern, and a 4mm hook. I think I grabbed by accident my 4.5, but it's just a little tutorial, so it doesn't really matter. So how's it going, everyone? Everyone doing good? It looks like we have a few newbies here, beginners to blankets, and then we have a few that absolutely love blankets. So thank you for leaving a comment down below and letting us know that you are either a beginner to crocheting blankets or you're more intermediate or experienced crocheter to blankets. Love to hear that. That actually will help me. So please tell me, are you a beginner, intermediate, or advanced crocheter in terms of blankets? And are you a lover to blankets? Because I personally love snuggling up with crochet blankets. It's just really good. It's like unique. Nobody else has it. And you can have just a blanket that is really cozy that you made with your own hands. Okay. So Diana's asking, number 4, hook with worsted yarn. Correct. You got that, girl. Okay, so let me swoop around so you can see what I see. Okay, I have it zoomed in a little bit so you can kind of see. There are obviously a few different colors in terms of the roses, but I'm just going to focus on this little fraction right here. So just want to show you how this kind of is laid out. So you have obviously the white part right here. It goes until a certain number of rounds. Obviously, you could technically make it bigger, but the pattern, the way it's written, is for a certain amount, okay? So, and then pretty much what you're going to do is going to start some green rounds. I'll show it to you in a second, a little bit more in detail. Then you're going to make the leaves, okay? They're literally 3D, okay? You're going to be made in one scoop pretty much. They're 3D. And at the very end, you're going to add the rose on top. Now, I do want to point out really quickly, this is a no-sew pattern, okay? A no-sew pattern. I do not include weaving in ends as sewing. So sewing means you are connecting pieces. You're not doing that here, okay? This is all done in crochet. Even the rose, okay? You could do it sewing if you wanted to. You could sew it on. You could even stabilize it more by, you know, using some yarn, leftover yarn, and adding it a little stronger on, but I added a bunch of stitches here in the back in order to make sure it's tight, and I'll show it to you. But it is actually a no-sew pattern. Believe it or not, it is a no-sew pattern. Okay, are you guys ready? So let's talk about the circle part first. I'm just going to show you a fraction of that, and then we go into the leaves and the roses. Are we good? Okay, let me move this to the side. I'm actually going to put it down and scoop in a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's get started. Remember, we are going to have prices at the very end, so be sure to stay till the end, okay? So you're going to start with a magic ring. You could replace it with an alternative magic ring, but I'm going to focus on the magic ring part of it, okay? Because I prefer that. It's less work, okay? Get used to it. It is actually much easier than you think, especially if you put your ring finger in it. You want to create some tension here, okay? I'm going to make a chain of 1 just to hold the magic ring in place. Look, if I let go, the magic ring's not going anywhere unless you pull something. But you want to put your ring finger in it. And that's what most people don't do, okay? They think it's just wobbling around and they can't crochet it because there's no tension in that ring. You've got to put a finger in there. I personally think the ring finger is ideal for that, but you do you. Just put a finger in it so that make sure that there's some tension. Otherwise, you have a hard time going around it and crocheting your stitches into it. That is the biggest problem for most crocheters, is that they're not putting a ring finger or some kind of finger in it. Okay, let's get started. We're going to start with an alternative turning chain, which is a single crochet, and then you insert your hook into the loop that's closest to your yarn finger of that single crochet. So you have 2 loops on the front, 1 on the top. You're going to go into the one that's closest to your yarn finger from the front. Okay, pull up another loop. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through. Now that is a stacked single crochet or alternative turning chain. It's equivalent to a double crochet stitch, okay? You're going to do this 1 time for the white part, then it's continuous rounds, okay, until the very end. Now we're going to add 11 more stitches that are all double crochet stitches to the ring. And you can see that having my finger in that loop really helps, because look how smooth this is to crochet when you have a finger in there that holds that tension. Now I'm just going to crochet a little bit because I have no idea how many stitches I already did, but we need to get to 12, okay? So I'm going to stop here for a second and actually count how many I have done so far. Okay, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I have 9 so far. Obviously there's 4 missing, so let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you could do this in non-continuous rounds. You just have to do a slip stitch each time. It is up to you. I'm going to do continuous rounds right now, where you pretty much use your stitch marker and kind of put it in there, and then you're just going to go from there. Now it'll crunch up that first stitch just a tiny bit, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. Okay, so I'm going to do continuous rounds. So that means in the next round, after I added my stitch marker, and you can see how I closed up the ring, you just really pull it and then you're good to go. You're going to go into the next round, and then you're going to crochet 2 single crochet stitches per stitch, and you do this all the way around, which means after you had 12 stitches in the very first round, you're going to end up with 24 in the next round. Do the math, you guys, okay? If you're doing an increase in every single stitch, it is 2 times 12, and therefore you're going to have 24 stitches at the end of this round. Okay, and we're going to do one more round, or at least part of the round of the next round together, and then I'm going to switch over to the actual leaves and the roses, because once I have round 3 explained, you're going to understand how much easier it is to get to the next round. Okay, let's see. That's 13. Did I make 13? Did I make 13? I said I had 9 and I added 4 more. That is 13. You're right. Did I do 13? Let me double check. You know what? It is supposed to be 12. Did I do 13? Let me double check here. Okay, I'm going to count here for a second. My math was off. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I did do 13. Okay, I'm going to pretend right now I did 12. Okay, I'm just going to pretend. Let's pretend I did 12, because that's how it's supposed to be. I don't want to rip it all out. Okay, let's pretend I did 12. We're going to stick with that. Bloopers. Okay, I did 12. I'm just going to say it that way, and you're going to believe it, and you're not going to count any stitches here in front of me. Okay, it's all right. My math was a little off. I was so focused on that magic ring part that my math was off. It's okay. I appreciate you for calling me out, Linda, though. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to say it's 12 right now. Got it? It's 12. And it means the next round is 24. You got it? Okay, so now let me show you what happens when you go to the next round. So, okay, the next round, the pattern itself is the same, right? It doesn't really matter actually how you're going to get started. So, in the next round, you're going to do 1 single crochet stitch, and then you're going to do 2 single crochet stitches, okay? So you're now going to do this all the way around. And let me focus on something real quick, okay? So if you go then in the following round, so pay attention. Round 3 is 1 single crochet, then 2, double crochet. 1 double crochet, then 2 double crochet stitches, okay? Then in the following round, it'll be 1 and 1, so meaning 2 double crochets in a row, 1 per stitch, and then it's an increase, okay? So again, 2 double crochet stitches. Then the following round, it'll be 1 double crochet and 3 stitches and an increase, okay? So you're increasing by 1 in each of this section. So this is your little repeat right here. So each round, that number right here in front of that increase increases by 1. So here it's 1, then it increased, the next one it's 2, then an increase, then 3, and an increase, and 4, and an increase. You got it? Yes, it's double. You guys, I don't know what's going on with me, you guys. We have some bloopers here today. It is double crochet stitches. You're right. There are some single crochet stitches, which is why I was thinking about that. And I'll point those out later. Okay. So there are no decreases here, okay? It's just increases. So let's see. Did I, Barbara, I love you, girl. She's like, you go, girl. It's all good. Okay, I appreciate it, Barbara. Okay, so let me remind everyone how we get started. Magic ring, 12 double crochet stitches. Next round, it is 2 double crochet stitches per stitch. Got it. Okay, then the following round, you're going to do 1 double, then an increase of double crochet stitches. The following round, it is 2 double crochet stitches, 1 per stitch, then an increase. The next round, it's 3 double crochet stitches, 1 per stitch, and an increase, and so forth until you have the size that is required, okay? You just keep increasing 1 stitch per little section. Now, I just wanted you to get started on that so you have an idea on how this works. Let's switch over to the rose part of it. So I just took a little fraction out of the blanket. Okay, pretend I snipped it out. Like, look at the picture. Pretend I just cut it out like a little piece. Right? And we're just going to work on the actual leaves right now. Okay, so that's what we're going to focus on. So as of right now, we're focusing on the leaves. Is everyone still on board? Everyone good? I love how you guys all call me out. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so let's focus on the leaves. Are we good on the leaves? You guys are ready? Okay, so we're going to make a chain of 6. There will be also one with chain of 5, but it's only because it's a little shorter. The amount of stitches you're putting in there is the same, okay? So you're going to make a chain of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I do want to point out real quick, there is going to be one round where you're just going to do it in green. So continue increasing with green pretty much for one round. You're going to do some increases also in that following round, but you're also going to add the leaf part of it. Okay, I'm not going to focus on that right now. Lena, that is all going to be in the written instructions. I'm focusing only on certain parts of the pattern. The written instructions has it all in there. Okay, are we good, Lena? So I just want to point that out. I don't have that in my head right now. I wanted to focus on the actual technique or the stitch. I want you to focus on that, okay? The written instructions is in the ebook. So we're going to show you now how to do the leaf part. So after you made your some double crochet stitches, a certain amount, I believe it is like, don't quote me on it. I'm pretty sure it was 19 or something like that. And then you have a chain of 6. Now, once you have your chain of 6 done, you're going to go down 2 rows or rounds, right? So you have here 1 round and here is the second round. So that's where you're going to go. Okay, you're going to go around it just like this. So you go from the front to the back to the front. Do you see that? Meaning we're going to do a front post stitch, but it's actually a single one. So you're going to go around around it, and you're going to make a single crochet stitch around it. So it's a front post single crochet stitch. Got it? Okay. Now you're going to work on this loopy loop situation. We're going to make a leaf onto it. Okay. You're going to start with a single crochet stitch. Then you're going to make 2 half double crochet stitches. You can also make 1 if you feel like it. Really, you can customize this a little bit. So it's 1 single, 2 half doubles. There's 2 doubles. Oopsie, I lost my double crochet stitch. Let's do that again. 2 double crochet stitches. You're literally just going around that chain that you just made, okay? So, and then you work your way back. 2 half doubles and then a single, okay? Did I do 2? Hang on, gotta check for a second. 2 half doubles, yes, and a single, okay? So that is your very first leaf done. Ta-da! Excuse me. Now we're going to do this again. So chain of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you're going to go to the stitch right next to it. So if you're a righty, that would be the left stitch. Got it? So if you're a lefty, it would be the right stitch. So you're going to go 1 stitch over in the direction you're crocheting, right? So it would be this stitch. Now you're going to go around that, and you're also going to make a front post single crochet stitch like that. Now you're going to repeat what you just did on the leaves. So you're going to go around that chain that you made, 1 single, 2 half doubles, then 2 doubles, and then you work your way back. Okay, so that means 2 half doubles and a single crochet stitch. Now, if I would be making, and I want to point this out really quickly, and actually I'm going to make it so you can see it. If I would be making in my next stitch right here, you're not skipping any stitches behind here, by the way. If you're going to go into the next stitch, so remember you use that stitch, this would be the next stitch. If I would just go into it and make a double crochet stitch, this is how it would look like. You have this gigantic gap back here, like literally gigantic gap. That would not look very pretty, okay? So yes, you're going to crochet a stitch over, which is the rose, but it's still going to have that gap. It doesn't look very pretty. So what I actually did is I did a linked double crochet stitch. So you're going to look at the double crochet stitch that you made previously, right behind here. Okay, not the leaves. Ignore the leaves at this point. You're going to look at your double crochet stitch right there. You're going to go into that double crochet stitch, one of those loops. I usually just pick whichever one is right there. Looks like this one I'm picking. You're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. That is your yarn over for the double crochet stitch, but it is now linked to the previous stitch. Okay, and then you're going to go into that stitch, next stitch, yarn over, pull through. You have your 3 loops on your hook, just like a regular double, and you're going to finish it up like a double crochet stitch. So now these 2 stitches are linked with each other, and therefore there's no giant gap. Now that only is going to happen behind the leaves. Okay, that's the only time you do that. Only time. Are we good on that? Are we good? So this is only for this row too. There's a row where you do single crochet stitches. There's no linking. Single crochet stitches are small enough that you don't have a problem. Okay, so there's 1 row of single. I'll show you that in a second once we're done with this, so you can see the difference. Okay, so this is only for that row where you have double crochet stitches. Now you're just going to crochet your double crochet stitches for the certain amount that it says in the pattern. Okay, and we're then, once you're done with this round of leaves, I'm just going to pretend I finished that entire round of leaves right now. We're going to make our rows on top. So let me finish my last double crochet stitch, and of course it's going to give me trouble. There we go, and I'm going to snip that off. Let me grab my scissors. Snippity snip. Doop. Okay, snip that off. So we just have our leaf done. So ta-da! Are we good so far? Maxine says, I'm excited to make this. Let's go, Maxine! Okay, so I'm going to switch to pink right now. I would love to do red because I prefer red roses, but they're hard to see on camera, so I'm just going to do pink right now. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. Once you're ready to make your roses, okay, the roses are done for all the rounds the exact same way, okay? And I'll show you in a second that there's a little bit of a shift going on, and I'll talk about that later. Okay, so we're going to start with a loop on your hook. Okay, so slip knot, put your hook pretty much through it. And now you're going to check on your leaves. Okay, so you're going to look and you're going to go through that section of, I don't want to call this chain space or anything kind of spacey. There's not really a space. You're going to look where the point is of your leaf connection, right? Pretty much we are where you're switching from one stitch over to the chain, right here, and that's like tippity top. Okay, you're gonna go right through it, and you may go through 2 layers here at the same time, and that's totally fine. In fact, I want you to do that. It gives it a little bit more stability. Okay, so you're gonna go all the way through, and you're going to make a single crochet stitch like that. Okay, and now you're going to add your chains. Okay, so there are actually 16 chains. Should I do all 16? I'm debating to make it a little shorter. All right, I'm gonna make, I'll do 12 so it doesn't take that long, okay? So technically you're making a chain of 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Should I do 10? I'll do 10. Technically 16, but it takes too long, okay? So I'm just going to do 10 right now. My rose is going to be a little smaller, but the idea is the same, okay? So pretend I just did 16. 16, got it? All right. You're going to go into your first chain after the chain, or you're going to skip a chain. So let's say second chain from the hook. You're going to go into that. You don't have to go into the back bump if you don't want to. I prefer it, but you do you, okay? So I'm going to go into the back bump of the second chain from the hook, and I'm going to make an alternative turning chain. That's just what I do. I like to do it that way. We're going to make some double crochet stitches, and you're going to add into that same stitch, you're going to add 2 more double crochet stitches. Okay, so that means you technically have 3 stitches right here. The first one is equivalent to a double, so which means you have 3 double crochet stitches. You're going to do this for every single chain, believe it or not. You see now why I did a little shorter? Haha. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to make here 3 double crochet stitches per stitch all the way until the end. That's a lot of stitches, but it is worth it. I promise you. Yes, it will take some time. Yes, it took me some time to finish this one, but I promise you, it is worth it. Guess what I did in the meantime while I was doing that? I wasn't watching TV. I was listening to audiobook. So make sure you have a very good audiobook or podcast going where you do not have to look, and then you just hammer this out. And in the end, you're going to be like baffled that you did it all. And you're going to look at it as like, oh my God, I did it. I did it. And you're going to be so, so proud of yourself. Okay. Obviously, you can make that entire thing smaller. You can make it into a coaster if you wish. The roses would be a little bit gigantic, but hey, you can go down in yarn size if you wanted to, but it is worth it. I promise you. Okay. I promise you, I did exactly that. You can ask my hubby. I am not lying. I literally listened to an audiobook. I'm not going to tell you which one, but I listened to an audiobook while I was doing this. And it was actually very enjoyable because I did not have to look anywhere. I was pretty upset when someone interrupted me. I can tell you that. But I know you know what I mean, right? It's the same thing as, you know, crocheting some stitches and someone is interrupting you while you're counting. And look, I just entertained you while I finished my stitches. Whoa, that was 30 stitches while I was talking. Ta-da! Okay, so here we go. You're going to have this whole kind of weird shenanigans happening right here, okay? And you're now going to wrap this up. Okay, there's a question from Linda. Here we go. Let me double check real quick what Linda is saying. Linda's saying, can we use a larger hook for the roses to get them bigger? Yes, I would even say you could use a larger stitch to make them bigger, okay? But first look at it and then see how you like it. If you want it to be bigger, I would recommend doing triple crochet stitches, which is, you know, a little bit taller. And instead of 3 double, you would make 4 treble. Yes, it takes longer, but it's bigger in the end. Okay, so once you have that whole shenanigans done, you are going to wrap it up like a little spiral. Spiral it up, okay? Literally just wrap it up, doobie-doobie-doo, just like that. And look how pretty it is, okay? So we're not gonna sew this on. I mean, you can if you wanted to, but what I did is I literally, after I spiraled it out like this, okay, I'm gonna take my hook and I'm going to go and weave it kind of through. Yes, I'm saying weaving on purpose, okay? Because I'm not doing anything just yet. So pay attention. This might be a little tricky to understand unless you pay attention. Watch me. Got it? Okay? So you're going to go through your stitches, all your layers, okay? You're just going to push that hook all the way through, okay? So like this, I'm going to go all the way through. Here's one layer, push that to the side. Here's the next layer, push my hook through, push that to the side, push that through, okay, until you had all your layers right there. Now you're going to grab some kind of loop. I really don't care which one. Grab it from your very first stitches or something. Grab one of these loops, okay? Not two, one, okay? You can do two if you like, okay? Just grab one of them, one random one. I just grabbed here the one from the alternative turning chain. And I just grabbed it, okay? So once you grab that one loop, okay, you're gonna push it all the way down. And that's gonna be a little bit of a wiggle situation. But look what I did. I just pulled that one loop down, okay? Like all through. You got that? Was that clear? I want to make sure that's clear. You pushed your hook through and you grabbed that one loop and you just yanked it through. Got it? Now you have that loop on your hook. You're going to bend it a little bit around and now you're going to check on your project, okay? You kind of push that rose to the side and pretend it's not there. Now you're going to go through that stitch again where you were previously, okay? And you're going to pull up a loop. So technically you have 3 loops on your hook, okay? And that's exactly what you need because one of them is from all the way in here. And you're going to yarn over and pull through all, okay, just like that. Now ideally, personally, I like to make another single crochet stitch and then I'll make a slip stitch and a slip knot, okay, just like that, just to have a little bit more stability. Pull this, okay, arrange your rows a little bit because after kind of pushing that to the side, sometimes it gets a little bit wonky, and then it's done. Your rose is done. Ta-da! All you got to do now at this point is just weave in your ends, but it has a bunch of stitches here. It holds it up nicely. That loop should be staying in place. If you feel like you want to push it through twice to have a little bit more stability, you can totally do that, okay? So this is how it looks like. You have the leaves and you have the rose on top. Now I want to show you something for a second. Okay, I'm going to pull up my blanket here again so you can see what I was talking about earlier, okay? So you have obviously a hair over here. Okay, so I want to point out that the very first layer of roses, and I'm kind of hold it like this for a second, okay? The first layer was done all in red. Okay, all in red. Now I want you to pay attention and I'm gonna, point at it with my hook so you can see it. Do you see how these leaves right here are attached to the white one? Okay, and then this one right here is attached to the green one. So that means after you did your very first round all the way around with the red roses and the leaves, okay, you're going to do another round and pay attention. Look at that. It's another round with single crochet stitches. So you have 2 doubles in green, 1 single. When you are doing that single crochet round in green, okay, you're going to do, instead of a chain of 6, you're going to do a chain of 5. And because, single crochets are smaller, so it's chain of 5, and you're going to add the same amount of stitches to that chain part of it for the leaves, and then you're going to add a rose on top. So if you look at it closely, you can see that this rose is lower than this rose, so that means I added this one at the end. Okay, so we went over this area right here with a single crochet stitch. You see that? I still did all my increases wherever there's an increase. So if you're looking at it, you can see that the increases are stacked on top of each other. So anytime I saw an increase, I made an increase. Let me see if I can point it out. So you see that? There's an increase, here's an increase, there's an increase, there's increases. Wherever there was an increase, I made an increase, even though I kept doing what I needed to do, which was the leaves or the roses. Are we good? I love how you guys say crystal clear. Carol says crystal clear. Kelly says this blanket would be great for poppies from the honey bear with the daffodils you taught for the spring wreath. I agree. Yes, I've taught you quite a bit of flowers in the past, so I totally agree. That would be great. Even put poppies with daffodils. Oh, that would be so pretty. Can you imagine? Chrissy says she loves the staggered roses. Yes, I did this on purpose because here's the thing. When you turn this into a bouquet, and look at my teeny tiny picture right there, teeny tiny. Okay, you can see that the layers actually make it a little bit more voluminous. I know it's only one row difference or one round different, but it actually makes it a little bit more voluminous, and having different colors obviously helps with that as well. Okay, Linda says, what about sunflowers? Hey girl, I'm not stopping you. Go make sunflowers. I would love to see that. And then how about daisies? Yes, go for it. You don't have to do roses if you don't want to. Totally fine. But mine is obviously a Rose Flower Bouquet Blanket. So are we all clear on all the steps? So you make a gigantic circle first with double crochet stitches, starting with 12, working your way up. It's every time 12 more per round, right? Because there's 12 sections of it. And then the end, you're going to add the leaves and the roses, and then you're done. It's going to take you a little bit. Don't worry, it's going to be worth it. Blankets just take a little bit of time. Crochet is a slow fashion. So blankets just take a little bit of time, but they are a labor of love. And as long as you think about someone you love while you're making this, ideally for the person you're giving it to in the end, maybe even yourself, okay? We can praise ourselves, okay? We can make gifts for ourselves. So who's stopping you? I ain't stopping you. I would actually be super happy for you if you're actually doing this for yourself. Go for it. Anyways, and then you have this beautiful piece of art, and then you're going to be so happy you did this, okay? You're going to be so proud of yourself. All right. Are we all good on this beautiful blanket? I'm going to move it to the side so I can press my buttons. Are we all good? Everyone good? Everyone crystal clear, like Carol said. Chrissy says, I love it. It's so cute. Yes, I'm so glad. Okay, remember, you guys need to stay till the end. We had quite a bit of extra people here just the last few minutes. So if you stay till the end, you have a chance to win some prizes. Prizes! I'm coming very close for me to make sure you guys are understanding what I'm saying. So stay till the end if you want to have a chance to win something. Okay, so I'm going to remove this beautiful picture right now because we're going to switch our agenda now, and we're going to talk about these blankets right here in this new ebook. Okay, we gotta make sure we talk about them because there are several viral blanket patterns in this collection, and I want you to be aware of it. Okay, the very first thing is I want to talk about something for very quickly, okay, because that seems to be a confusion for everyone, and then I'm going to show you guys some questions. Okay, the first confusion is people think that bundles and ebooks are the same. Okay, if you've been around for a while, you know there's something called bundles and you know there's something called ebooks. Okay, I'll tell you this. First of all, ebooks are evergreen. Okay, do you guys know what evergreen means? That means they're not going away. Okay, unless I have a new edition or something like that. Then it's just pretty much updated. Okay, but you can get an ebook at any time. Now, sales are only a short period of time. Okay, but an ebook include only my pattern, exclusively to my patterns. Okay, that's what an ebook is. A bundle is a collection of patterns, ad-free, printer-friendly, only available for a short period of time, and they come from many different designers. I'm saying 30 to 40 different designers. Now, we've had blanket bundles before, but there was only one of my pattern included in that. Okay, this one right here is all of my exclusive patterns. All of mine, no other designers involved. So are we good about the difference between bundles and ebooks? I want to make sure they're separate. There are no bundles available right now. They're done, okay? I have every time a new theme. They're gone. Ebooks are here to stay. Are we good? All right, I just want to make sure that's cleared up. All right, there's a question from Diana. Diana says, what color blanket would you choose rather than white? I would pick green. Okay, I would pick green because that way it looks like it's the stems. Okay, that's what I would do. If I don't want to pick white, I would put green. Do you know why I picked white? Because if I turn this into a bouquet, I was thinking about the wrapping around the bouquet that you usually give to someone, right? That beautiful paper or whatever it is, plastic or whatever you put around a bouquet. Okay, when you hand it to someone, that is what I was thinking of. I was thinking of white, and then the roses are kind of peeking out of the bouquet part of it. Is that making sense? That is why I picked white. Could you pick a different color? Of course, I ain't stopping you. You can pick whatever color you wish. I was actually initially thinking green, but I chose white to make sure that the leaves and the roses stand out. That is why I did the white. I feel like it stands out more, but you do you. Are we good on that? Angela says, clear. I love it. You guys are awesome. Okay, so let's go through a couple of questions right here. Now that we know what an ebook is, okay, I want you to be aware of all the things that I provide in an ebook. Now, that might not be available in a bundle, I'll tell you that, okay, because I have no influence of what designers do with their patterns. I have influence on my patterns, and this is what I add to my patterns to make sure that they are user-friendly and that you guys have no problem going through it. It's like making sure, you know what, I have a good idea on how to explain this. My ebooks are designed like a labyrinth, and I give you the exact information how to go out from point A to point B, okay? You pretty much just walk right through it with the map, like it's like a treasure hunt, right? When you know exactly where to go, there's no pitfalls, nothing. You walk right through it and you get to enjoy the view. That's how my ebooks are, which means when you go through it, you have a wonderful experience going through it and you can just focus on the pattern, okay? That's how I design my ebooks and my patterns. So let's go through it. The very first thing is, if you enjoyed this pattern right here, this rose blanket right here, and you want more of it, I've got you. Let me know if you want more, okay? Would you like more blankets? Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced crocheter, it doesn't matter. There are patterns for any level, okay? And there are many different sizes, all from lovies to king size. So you have really a wide variety of patterns you can pick from. And just like the rose one, many of them are no-sew. That means you can just crochet and have fun. You don't have to do any sewing of the pieces unless you wish to. Remember, there are a few options out there, right? Like think of granny square blankets. You can do join as you go, meaning crocheting them together and connect them together by crocheting, or you can sew them together if you wish to do so, okay? There really is a wide variety of things you can do, just like the roses. You could be, you know, making them beforehand and sewing them on after. Who says you don't have to? You can, totally fine. I just like to do it in crochet, so it's a no-sew pattern, because it's already hard enough for me to have to, you know, weave in all the ends. I ain't gonna do more sewing than that. Anyways, the next thing is that my patterns are written with large font, okay? Large font. You want to be able to read. Here's the thing. When you go back and forth between crocheting and making a pattern or like reading the pattern, you don't want to strain your eyes, right? It's like reading a book that has teeny tiny font and you're like, I can't see, right? You know what I mean? And now imagine having to go back and forth between your crocheting, focus on your crochet, and then focus on the pattern, you know, to double check where you are. That can be strenuous for your eyes and you can get a headache from that. Don't ask me how I know that. Anyways, because of that, I make sure that my patterns not only just give you the plain information, but they're very detailed and have large font, okay? The next thing I do is provide you with video tutorials, just like that, having fun, right? So there's going to be at least one video tutorial per pattern. You're either going to learn the stitch involved in the pattern, the entire pattern. It could be the technique you're learning from the pattern. Whatever video tutorial I have available for you for a specific pattern, you got it. It's in there, okay? And those are clickable, so you don't have to like waste your time. You are saving time. Do you see that? Remember the map I was just saying? Okay? You don't have to search for things. You don't have to find the end of the path. You don't have to find the ending. I'll give it to you. I give you the map with all the instructions, okay? All you got to do is tap and enjoy the process. Got it? Okay, so it has clickable links for the videos, the material list, and the table of content. And the entire thing is a PDF, which means you can print it out, okay? You can use it on any device that you like, and you can print it out, or you can just use it digitally. Because if you use it digitally, you can tap things like, right? You can literally use it like a learning program if you think think about it that way, because really that's what I was intending it to be, right? A learning program where you can literally tap on things, anything that's like green, blue, or has a button, you can click on and pretty much enjoy the process that comes after. Ta-da! So that's how my ebooks are designed. If you love that, you're in the right place. Okay. Now that you know the basics of how to do this, right? Remember, I gave you the path on how to get out of this labyrinth. You know, the World Wide Web is literally a labyrinth. You have to find the end to it. My ebooks give you the end to it. Now we actually got to talk about what patterns are included. Okay. Are we good? Let's go through the patterns, okay? So I'm going to go through 10 at a time so you know exactly what's included in this collection, okay? I want you to pay attention to the value of these patterns, because if I would be, selling these individually, and some of them I am, you would see that price tag, okay? There are 25 patterns in this ebook that are exclusive to an ebook, okay? You can't find them on Ravelry, Etsy, or my website or anywhere else. So you literally can't. It's only in an ebook. So, but if I would be selling them, this is the price. Now, some of these I am selling on Ravelry, Etsy, my website, etc. Like, you know, these ones, for example, look, 14 and 14. If you just want these two patterns together individually, it is $28. This entire ebook right now with that coupon code is less than 20. Think about it. Is it worth it? Even if you pick two of the $10 ones, okay? Like the Rose one, the written instructions for that is currently only available in this ebook, actually nowhere else, right? But it's a value of $10 because it's a pretty large pattern. The same is true for that one, okay? So if you want just two of those patterns, that's $20. That's already more than the entire ebook. So think about it. Anyways, let's go through all of these different patterns so you know exactly what's included. So we have the Rose Bouquet Flower Blanket right here. We have these first two of them right here after the Rose one. So the the Rolling Waves one right here. Then we have two chevrons, the green and the red. All three of those are viral blankets. Every time I talk about these, they go bonkers. In fact, if I look at my statistics on Ravelry and Etsy, those three are very high on the top 10, okay? Every single year since I published these are in the top 10. So just those three are a very high value for you because you know you're getting viral patterns here, right? Number 8, by the way, is definitely number 1 of that list because it went viral in 2024 when I published it. It went beyond bonkers. This used to be a crochet along and over 10,000 crocheters were part of it. So you can do the math. That's a lot of people who were interested in this pattern. Then we have this one is also done in mosaic crochet number 5 right here, also, but as a granny square. So you're doing it in rounds, right? In rounds with increases. That's pretty cool. This one is also mosaic crochet, but it's reversible, which is pretty cool. And it has like kind of like a illusion effect. Okay. Let's see. I see a couple of comments here. Tracy says, I just bought the monthly, darn it. Sorry, I'm stuck for a second. What are you talking about monthly? Tracy, I need more information. There is some information missing. I don't know what you mean. What monthly? I have a lot of monthly things. I have a mystery crochet along that's monthly. I have bundles that are every 2 months. I don't know what monthly. I have a membership that's monthly. What monthly are you talking about? I need to know what you're talking about, girl. Let's see. Angela says she truly enjoys my ebooks. Thank you. I appreciate it. Lena says, woohoo, you're the best. Bestest. Oh, bestest. I get a new word. I like it. I'll take that one. Is that a real word? Wait, that's not a real word, right? But I'll take it. I'll claim it. Beth says, Nikki, on another device, I reviewed the instructions for the first 2 rows of the blanket. You said you had only done 9 double crochet in them, then you added 4 more, total of 12. Beth, it is 12 double crochet stitches in this written instructions. I just made a boo-boo in the beginning of this video, okay? My math wasn't mathing. So I should have said 3 more to get to 12. So that was my mistake, okay? It is 12 double crochet stitches in the very first round, just to clear that up, okay? Carol says, videos are necessary after seeing this one. I agree. They're always important. Very, very important. Let's see. Kelly says, the ebook. I bought the ebook. I already own the add-on one for this one. Yes. Tracy says number 10. Oh, I get what you're saying now, Tracy. I got you, girl. Okay, she was saying that she just got this crochet along pattern. That is totally fine. I'll tell you this. Okay, let's pretend this one wasn't in there, number 10. Pretend that's not in there. Would you still get this ebook right here? Because it is a mega value to get all of that in one. Don't you think? If you love at least 2 patterns here, I would highly recommend you get this ebook. There are 40 blanket patterns in this. So if you love at least 2 of them, it is a big, big value, just that you know. So think about it, Tracy, okay? Let's see. Susan says, even though I already I already have, I can't read today, excuse me. Even though I already have some of these patterns, I purchased this ebook because the ones I don't have are worth getting the duplicate patterns. That is what I mean. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So if you see other patterns that you like, even though you may already have some, here's the other thing. I'm even not even thinking about the value here. I'm even thinking about they're all in one location. You don't have to search for it. How many times have you bought patterns and they're all over the place? You have to search for them, whether they're on Ravelry, whether they're on Etsy, they're on one of your Google Drives, or wherever they are. Here, it's one file, all in one location. You don't have to search for anything. All the videos are included, the written instructions, everything included in one. No searching, okay? So think about that. So if you even take out the value of the patterns, it is a really easy, user-friendly product, just that you know, okay? So let's go to the next one. Okay, so these were the first 10. I didn't mention the daisy one right here. And I also forgot to mention this one. This one is actually a cool one. This one is not even available for free, actually. This is called the holiday blanket. And it's actually a combination of Tunisian crochet and regular crochet. It uses half double crochet stitches for the red part. And it uses the Tunisian smock stitch for the green part. Now, I'll tell you this. In the next few days, I'm not telling you which one yet. One of these days, the next few days, I'm going to teach you the smock stitch for regular crochet. So in case you choose to make this entire blanket regular crochet, no Tunisian crochet at all, you can. Okay, I'm going to teach you that in the next few days. Sounds good? All right. Let's see. I'm just checking. Let's see. Beth says, except that it would give you 13 and not... That's what I was saying, okay? So pretend I started with 12 in that little tutorial I did, okay? Because the written instructions say 12 double crochet stitches, 12. Then the next round you add 12 more, which gives you then 24. If you then add another 12 in the following round, it'll give you 36. And so forth and so forth. You got it? Okay? Remember, I said double crochet stitches. Whenever I said single by accident, that was another boo-boo of mine, okay? I'm so sorry. Okay, I just came back from H&H. I have a little bit of a yarn sniffle going on, so my brain is trying to work properly for y'all. So excuse my little bloopers. Just pretend I didn't do bloopers. Unless you like to laugh about them, then go for it. I hope that clears this up, Beth, okay? All right, let's go to the next one. The next set of 10 is right here. Okay, so these are the next 10 included out of the 40, right? So we have here, number 11 is the box stitch done in horizontal rows. You know the box stitch in corner to corner, so diagonal rows. This one is done in horizontal rows. Haha, you can do that. Did you know that? Then we have number 12, we have 15, we have 17, and 19 all done in corner to corner diagonal rows using the box stitch. Some of them double crochet versions, the other one half double crochet versions, okay? Then we have, of course, our cute little teddy bear, our honey bear. That is a lovey, but it's also a flower pot. Number 14 and 16 are focusing on cables done in rounds, okay? There are 3-stranded cables. This one has 3 of them together, so triple 3-stranded. This one is one of them. them. So one 3-stranded cable. I know that's a little bit hard to say, but it is what it is. Then we also have this one right here, which I think is a really cute Belgian waffle with syrup and butter on it, right? Am I making you hungry yet? Then this one is linked crochet, which is super fun. There's no gaps, so you're going to be nice and warm and cozy. Well, besides the corners, although you could eliminate that if you wish to do so. You just swap out that stitch with a linked crochet stitch, and then you don't have any gaps at all. I prefer having that little bit of a seam, or not a seam, but a little bit of a gaps. It gives it a little bit of extra oomph kind of thing, okay? Let's see. Gigi's asking, can number 15 be done differently than corner to corner? Yes, you could make it in single crochet stitches, focusing on only the graph, not the written instructions, of course. And you could be making this teeny tiny. So obviously, you know how big a box stitch is, like about this big. A single crochet stitch is like this big, okay? So obviously, this entire thing would be much smaller. It would be more kind of like a wall hanging kind of thing if you are making number 15 into, let's say, single crochet stitches in horizontal rows, focusing on just the graph, right? Because you're going to get the graph available in the pattern. So yes, technically you could, but you have to think about whether it's going to be a good wall hanging for you. I think it's going to be too big for a pillow, personally. It could potentially be the size of a shirt if you wanted to, but I can't quote you on that because I never did it, but I'm just making an assumption here. But yes, technically you could. Tracy says she loves the waffle. So cute. I get it. Yes, I love it. So cute. I actually came up with that one. It was so adorable. Okay, here's the next set. Okay, we have some more corner to corner pieces right here. The teddy bear, another honey bear. Okay, we have a puzzle. We have the rose right here, which is kind of the size of a wall hanging or a tiny version of a baby blanket, depending on how you're going to use it. I think this is like, don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure this is 25 times 35 inches. So it's a hint smaller than a typical blanket size, a baby blanket size. Baby blanket sizes are typically 30 times 30 or 40 times 40 in that kind of range. So this is just a hint smudge smaller. So you could use it as a wall hanging, or you could use it as a teeny tiny blanket, technically, right? We have number 28, which is also corner to corner. And let's focus on a few others, okay? We have here, number 22 is mosaic crochet. Then we have 24 is a spiral kitty cat lovey. How cute is that one? We have 26 and 27 are Tunisian crochet. So if you wanted to dabble into that one, this would be a good one. In fact, number 27 includes, like, don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure it's like 5 or 6 video tutorials included on just that one, because I'm teaching you every single stitch. Okay, so once you know all the stitches, you can make this entire blanket, which is super cool. Then we have filet crochet for 29 and 30. One of them is done from rounds, so from center out, granny square style, and then this one is done in rows, but has that kind of like illusion effect, I guess. And I love illusion effects. It's another thing that I love in crochet is illusion effects, outside of gradients. You can probably tell that I love gradients. All right, then here's the next collection of 10. It brings it up to 40. We have 31, which is actually more of a heavier blanket. It's done in bulky yarn, and because that yarn itself is heavy, this entire blanket is actually fairly heavy. You can make it lighter. Don't, stopping you with that. But number 32 is a viral baby mosaic crochet blanket. Can someone tell me why everyone loves that so much? I mean, I love it too, but I would never expected this one to go viral. Like, there are other mosaic crochet blankets that I did and I felt like they should have gone viral. Why is number 32 so popular? I don't know, but I guess I'm so glad you guys love it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a grandma blanket. I don't know why. I think it's the colors, but everyone loves this one. They are going bonkers with it. In fact, there's a kit available on Mary Maxim's site where you can get that blanket as a kit. But again, the ebook has a better value and get your own yarn. But it is available as a kit, and it does well on their site. Everyone loves it. Then we have a whale blanket, which is this also corner to corner. Same for 36 is corner to corner. We have another filet crochet one, number 34, which is like a plaid style. Yes, you can make plaid with filet crochet. Nobody's stopping you. It doesn't have to be just regular crochet. It can be filet crochet. Then we have a granny square blanket that I made in 2 hours because it uses super bulky yarn, and it's a really cozy, super bulky baby blanket. I gave it to my best friend when her daughter was a baby. She's not a baby anymore. But she still has it, and I'm so happy. Anyways, we have this cutie pie right here, which is a bunny lovey. This bunny lovey, I'm actually going to teach you in the next few days the lovey part itself, not the bunny, but the lovey part itself, because it uses linked crochet. So I'm going to teach you that in the next few days. Then we have this one right here, which used to be a crochet along. This is Granny's Flower Garden Blanket, and it comes with 4 video tutorials. So yeah, you have that one. And if my memory is right, it also uses join as you go. So I'm pretty sure there's no sewing involved in this one, but don't quote me on it. Then we have another waffle one right here, done in granny square styles. You can make it as big as you like. And we have thermal crochet here at the very end. So did you pay attention to the value of some of these patterns? Holy macaroni. Okay, so this is a lot of value packed in one ebook that is 273 pages. That is incredible, don't you think? That's a lot of patterns. Let me kind of show you the entire sheet right here. That's a lot of patterns. So let me show you. I printed mine out just to show you how thick it is. I did a double page, right? Double page. Can you see it? It's double pages, right? Double-sided, I guess. So this is how thick it is, okay? 273 pages. If you count the pieces of paper, it's 136-ish. 137 pieces of paper. Okay, and I actually give you a video tutorial on how to make it into your own spiral if you wanted to, if you wish to print it out. I'm not forcing you to print it out, but you could. Okay, so but let me show you why this ebook is so cool. We talked about the patterns now, right? So now let's talk about that it actually comes with video tutorials. Let's point that out for a second. Okay, tell me another ebook, okay, ebook that comes with at least one video tutorial per pattern. Okay, at least one video tutorial. Every single pattern has at least one video. As I told you, there are some of them that have 3, 4, 5 video tutorials included. Some of them have 2 or 3. Some of them, the entire pattern is included in one video. Some of them are focusing on the techniques or stitches. But there is at least one video tutorial included for every single one of these patterns. And you see there's a variety of different techniques and stitches included here. So you can really dabble into a lot of different varieties of crochet. So if you are a crocheter that is, focused on mainly single and double crochet stitches, take your time and dabble outside of that a little bit and explore. There's so many different stitches and techniques out there, and I included a lot of them in this ebook alone. So yes, you have video tutorials included, you have large written font, you have pictures, you have clickable videos, a material list, and the table of content is also clickable. Let me show you guys some off here. So Margie has a question right here. In your patterns, do you let us know how much yarn to use? Most of them, yes. So here's what I do, okay? I'll tell you what I do. If I have a pattern that uses only one skein, I just write the color down, and that's it. If I don't mention the skein amount, then it means it's only one skein. That's literally what I do. So because it might be half a skein, it might be 3/4 of a skein. If I know you're only going to use a little tiny bit of the yarn, I actually write down only a teeny tiny bit, okay? If I use more than one skein, I will tell you I use more than one skein. So I'm very clear on how many yarn skeins you're going to use. Now remember, that is for the yarn I used. You may use totally different yarn, and you have to do your own math, okay? But I'm letting you know that the yarn that I used, if I don't write down a number, it's typically one skein. Typically. If it is more, I'll tell you if it's more, okay? Are we good? That is typically how I do it. If there's any confusion, hey, I'm just one email away. You can email me at any time. Okay, Christy is saying, Nikki taught us, Nikki, hold on, I can't read. Gigi, I thought so too. Nikki's videos for the Mystery Crochet, I believe in February, shows how to do corner to corner purse with great instructions. Yes, we have, as I said, there are corner to corner video tutorials included in the ebook. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Maxine says there are links to click for the yarn used. Correct. Beth says about $350 value, you guys. I love it. Yes, that is really true. Think about it. So the entire patterns, let me kind of show them off again. Okay. All of these patterns. Okay. I love how she calculated for me because I didn't. I said it's over 90% off. It really is. Okay. It's 300. I guess she calculated over $350 in value. Okay. Not even think about how all of this is put together, which is additional value. I did the work for you. You don't have to search the internet. I put it all together for you. Okay. So that way, no searching, save your time. It's all in one location. Isn't that awesome? Angela says she's ordering it now. Let's go, girl. Go for it. All right. Tracy says, love the spire. Where do I find that? I assume you talk about number 24 here. Am I right? It is in the ebook right now. It is available on my website, to be clear. I'll say it, be open to that. So there are 25 patterns in this collection right here that are exclusive to an ebook. You cannot find them anywhere else. 24 happens to be on my website. So if you want to dabble into that, there are ads, okay? Just that you know, if you don't like ads, I highly recommend getting a PDF like this ebook. It saves you a lot of time and, worry, but grab the ebook if you want all of that in one. Angela says, I ordered it already. I'm good. Yay! Let's go, girl. Let's go. I'm so happy you got it. All right. Linda says, wow, an amazing collection. I am so glad you say so. I do want to point out a couple more things here, even though I kind of mentioned it, but I like to show this visual off because it can be a little bit more easier to understand. So the table of content is clickable. It'll jump you to the pattern you're asking for to be jumped to. So beam yourself. Boop. Okay. And there are going to be some green or blue, excuse me. Hang on a second. That was a crumb or something. All right. Anything that's like green or blue is clickable. So materialist, videos, etc. Those are clickable. Boop, 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 boop. And it's going to jump you right to, let's say, a video tutorial as an example, right? But then we have those purple main menu buttons. They're going to jump you right back to the table of content. Okay. So it's literally like a beaming situation. No squirrels. We save time here. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, this is literally like, think of a labyrinth, and you know exactly what you get and where to go out of the labyrinth. Okay. I give you the instructions. You have an easy way to go through it. And all you got to do is enjoy the process of crocheting these patterns. That's all you got to focus on, because all of it is right there. Silver platter, golden platter, platinum platter, whatever you want to use, it's right there for you. Okay. I make it easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Do you have any patterns with a honeycomb stitch? I do have patterns with the honeycomb stitch, not as a blanket, but I have a washcloth with it, which, if you be clear, technically, if you follow that stitch tutorial, you could make it into a blanket. It'll take you a long time, but I do have one. It's on my website. It's a washcloth. I do have that. Erica says, exciting. Yes. Linda says, I bought the ebook last night. Just 2 patterns makes it worth it. I agree, Linda. I agree. Just 2 of them. If you just love 2 of them, then you're going to definitely be very happy with this collection. Beautiful blankets. Yes, I agree. It is definitely beautiful. All right. So this is the entire collection right here that you're going to get in this ebook. Okay. So we're going to go live again in the next few days. So let me show you really quickly our schedule for the next few days. Okay. So this is today right there. So I taught you how to make this one right there, the rose one. Okay. So I taught you that. Yes, I had some bloopers in it, but I fixed it. At least verbally I did. Okay. Then we're going to go live in the next 3 days, one more time each day. Okay. 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So those are the days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Take a screenshot if you like. We're going to teach you a few more things. So I mentioned the rose wave blanket. So we're going to teach you that stitch. Okay. I talked about this lovey. Let me show you. Okay. This lovey right here. Hello. I'm going to teach you the lovey part alone, okay? Not the amigurumi part. That takes too long. I'm going to focus on the lovey because a lovey is a blankie, okay? So it's part of the blanket category, so I'm going to focus on the lovey part. I'm just going to show you how to get started on that so you know exactly how to do that, okay? Even though there's a video included, I'm going to just give you an updated version. Ta-da! And then I talked about the smock stitch. There is a video tutorial included for Tunisian smock stitch. I'm going to show you how to do it in regular smock stitch, so regular crochet, okay? So if you want to, you know, choose one or the other, you have the option to do so. So that is going to happen next few days, not per se in that order. But that's going to happen next few days, and we're also going to give away more prizes after we talked about these amazing patterns in this ebook. Okay, so now that you know that information, I think it's time for some giveaway prizes. Are we ready? Okay, it's time for some prizes. It's time for some prizes. I like to put my little prize thingies up. Doobie-doo, prizes! We're going to do that now. Oh, I saw a cool comment just now flying in. Hang on a second. I got to point this out for a second because yes, I was. Crochet by Serena says, I loved seeing you on Elise Rose video from H&H. Yes, I was on there twice. Did you see me twice? Did you see me twice? Oh, I was so happy. I was in there twice. One time only talking though. There was one, the talking moment was around 12 minutes-ish, 12, 15-ish, something. And then right before, like maybe like 5-6 minutes before, I don't know exactly. I didn't look at the time. I was there really quickly and there was a video taking of someone taking pictures of us with that horse, that giant crochet horse. So Elise and I were standing next to each other, that horse. So I was in there too. You can always find me with pink. I had pink on the entire time at H&H, so you can find me there. That's where I got my yarn sniffles from. Haha. I brought a gift home with my hubby together. We both got yarn sniffles. And that just happens, you know, we're a big group of people. Okay, but now it's time for prizes. Christy says, prizes! Okay, let's do that. But yes, you should check out Elise's video. That was really interesting. It was the future of crochet. So I put my little 2 cents into it. And she even says I was one of her favorite designers. Ooh, I was kidding about that. Okay, so let's do prizes. Yes, let's do prizes. But first, I got to show you the prizes to be given away. So our little spinny wheel is the one that decides what you're going to win, if you're one of the winners. Okay, so we have $10, $15, or $20 off an ebook. You can win a free ebook. I have 32 different ebooks, just that you know. We have $10, $20, or $30 Ravi coupon codes, which are very popular. We also have 5 or 10 PDF patterns of your choice, and we have a yarn box. Okay, so let me talk about the yarn box here for a second, okay? So this yarn box is typically only sent out at a special time of the year. So these are usually only going out to those who join the Crochet Club membership, the Crochet Club, which is our membership. There's hundreds of crocheters in it. Hundreds is a huge number. Okay, so we're a big community of crochet lovers that all support each other and are very happy and positive. So if you want to be part of that community with over 500 ad-free patterns, you can join us for that too. During the checkout process, you have an option to join us. Okay, we also meet 6 to 7 times a month, and you don't have to join to all of them, but we do meet 6 to 7 times a month. Okay, depending on the month, right? Sometimes there's more Tuesdays involved. Anyways, these boxes are typically only going out like 5 times a year at a special promotion, and only those in the US get one of these boxes. So if you land on it, you're outside of the US as a winning prize, because that's the other time I give these out for winning prizes, then you're going to get an ebook instead if you're outside of the US, right? So let me show you what'll be inside. So the very first thing is a drawstring bags. There's different types of drawstring bags, okay? They all have the Crochet Club on it, but there's different ones, okay? Because I've ordered them from different companies. Actually, it's kind of like trying to figure out which one's the best company kind of thing. So I have a few different versions out of them, so that's going to be the mystery part of it. You also have this TCC Times, which comes like with a handy little sheet. Every 2 months I update this, so this one is the current version of that. Then there's also an option, actually I shouldn't be saying option, it's a mystery. You're going to get one of these. It's either the color wheel or this handy dandy little notebook that has a ruler on the side. Then There's an option. Where's the other one? There is a mystery part of it, so you don't know which one of them you're getting. It's either the pop socket, which you put on the back of your phone so you can hold your phone properly and no cramping up on your fingers or smacking your phone into your face when you lie in bed. You know what I'm talking about? Everyone had this happen. I promise you. Everyone had this happen. This is why I got a pop socket. And it says the Crochet Club on it, so you can show off that you're a crocheter. And then we also have this clip here, which a lot of crocheters love for yarn color changes for some odd reason. I have mine on the fridge. It has a magnet on it, so you can, I guess, use it for yarn too if you like. If you're going to get one. Then we have some stickers, stitch markers, and a tapestry needle. And we also have a measuring tape that is also a keychain. And we have some gorgeous yarn. Now, what yarn you're going to get? That's going to be a mystery, right? It can be 1 or 2 skeins of yarn. It could be 3 skeins of yarn, depending on how big the skein is, because it goes by weight. Okay, so obviously there are some skeins out there that have 300 grams, right? And then there are some skeins that have 50. So obviously I go by the yarn weight. So that all really depends on that. And that's how you're going to figure out how much yarn you're going to get in the end. So that's how it works. Let's see. I'm just checking if I missed anything. I saw that one with the horse. Yes, I want to make the lovey. There are 3 loveys in here. There are 3 loveys. I want to know which one you're going to make. Okay, so let's go into the questions. Should we do that? Okay, we're going to go into the questions. So, prize question. Here we go. And by the way, we went over 100 today, which means we're going to do 3 prizes. Let me remind you really quickly of our little rule that we have. If we have more than 100 viewers show up, we're going to do 3 prizes. If we are below 100 viewers, I see that number on my end. Okay, then we're gonna do 2 prizes. Since we went over 100, the number I saw, it could have been higher, but at one point I saw 106. We're not at 106 anymore. Unfortunately, some people took off. They're missing the prices. You gotta tell them next time not to do that. Okay, seriously, they're just missing the prices. But anyways, if we are over 100, we have 3 prizes. If we're below, we're gonna do 2 prizes. So in the next few days, that rule stands still. Okay, so remember that. So always invite your crochet bestie, so we have more people to show up, more prizes to win. Okay, question number 1. Remember to answer only if you haven't won lately. If you won in the last month or so, please don't answer. Give everyone else a chance. Okay, the amount of time I have to check who has the correct answer and the name, I will not remember if you already won or not. So let's be genuine and let's be clear. And if you already won the last month or so, don't answer. Okay, here we go. What is the question? The question is, what pattern did you learn at the beginning of the video? Haha, this is an easy one. If you came in late, you may not know that's one. Well, although there is a title in this video that kind of tells you what it is. There's a picture on the screen that tells you what it is. There was a thumbnail that tells you what it is. And if you actually were here, you definitely know what this is. Okay, what is the answer to this question? What pattern did you learn at the beginning of this video? I'm going to take a sip of tea here that my hubby made for me. This is actually one that has my face on it. A good friend of mine made this one for me. Okay, look at this. This is an old one. I gotta show you this. Okay, it says, look what I like what you did there, right? They made me do this. They said, take a picture of you pointing somewhere, and then they made this mug. Oh, really? Yeah. I have a mug with my own face on it. It was not my choice, but I have it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to remove this because a lot of you guys answered, so I'm going to find my winner. So remember, I'm going to find a random person that has the correct answer. So I'm going to cover my eyes. My mouse is in the right position. Here we go. Scrolly, scrolly, scroll. I hope you had enough time to answer. Hopefully you had enough time to answer. I'm going to scroll up and down, and I'm going to find my winner, and I'm going to stop right here. We have Kim Russell. I like your name. I hope I said this right. Congratulations. Here's my kitty cat. Congratulations, Kim. All right. Let's see what you won, okay? Spinnyware will decide what you win. It ain't going to be me, but I'll read it out loud. Let's see what you won. You won a $20 off an ebook that is currently not on sale. So there's plenty of ebooks you can choose from. Woohoo! That is pretty cool. Some of the ebooks are only $20, so you could technically get a free ebook, just did you know. So yay, good for you. Kim, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. All right, all the winners have to email me later. I'll show my email address off later. So let's go to the next question, okay? So Kim, congratulations. Stay here so you know how to get in contact with me, okay? Question number 2. Are you guys ready? Hold on, I gotta scroll the way down. Okay, question number 2 is it going to show up? Yeah. Which is your favorite crochet blanket in this ebook? Haha, it doesn't have a correct answer because, well, technically on my end, I want to know yours. So all you got to do is tell me the favorite one. Haha, let's see. This is going to give me a good idea which pattern you like. Haha, this is kind of like a survey at the same time and you have a chance to win something. So this is my way of figuring this out. What are you thinking about? Which is the first blanket that you thought of when you think about this ebook? Which one is your first one? Okay, I want to know. Tell me your favorite crochet blanket pattern in this ebook. It's probably going to be the one that you're going to make first, or that you paid attention first. I don't know, whatever. You tell me. You tell me. In the meantime, I'm going to take another sip of my mug with a weird face on it. Okay, here we go. You guys tell me, which one is your favorite? Which one is your favorite? All right, I want to know which one is your favorite. Ooh, my voice is better when I drink some tea. Hang on, I gotta take another sippy sip. Okay, and yes, I'm always this silly. Okay, so here we go. Did you guys have enough time to answer? Hopefully you did. Did you do typey, typey, typey? Your fingers got to be warm at this point, okay? Seriously. You've typed so much already. So let's find our winner. Shall we find our winner? Okay, I'm going to cover my eyes. Hang on. Mouse is in the right position. Yes. So, scrolly, scrolly, scroll. Let's see which one is your favorite. Let's see which one is your favorite. Scrolling up and down. And I'm going to stop right. How about, I'm going to stop right here. We have Erica R., the Monarch Butterfly. Ooh, I like that one. That was a very popular one as well. Congratulations, Erica. Let's go. All right, let's see what you won, girl. Okay, gotta click on this, and spinning wheel will decide what you win. Here we go. Erica won, where is it? $20 off of, no, excuse me, say it again. $20 robbery coupon code. Well, I was almost saying out of your purchase, but I want to at least read what it says, right? It's total purchase, $20 off. Ta-da! That's a coupon code or gift card, however. I should call it a gift card. I'm going to probably do that. It's a $20 robbery coupon code as a gift card. See, ta-da! Erica, congratulations for you. All right, stay here because you got to know how to get in contact with me. So don't take off yet, winners. Otherwise, you're going to miss it. Okay, so let's go to question number 3. Are you guys ready for question number 3? Hopefully, we're going to have 3 questions tomorrow again. Let's see. Are you going to bring your crochet besties? You tell me. Okay, remember, we have more prizes in the next few days, okay? Question number 3 is, when does the coupon code blankets 20 expire? Yes, I'm emphasizing the S, okay? Don't forget that S. There is more than one blanket in here, okay? Blankets 20, that's the coupon code. When does it expire? It's a very easy question. By the way, while you guys are doing that, I can talk about what kind of patterns you guys loved. A lot of you guys love the rose bouquet, for sure. I see a lot of corner to corners here. Not specific which one, but I guess you guys all love all the corner to corners, which is awesome. We have the alphabet one, the monarch, the hot air balloon. Ooh, it looks like definitely corner to corner is popular. I see the Santa coat blanket. Let's go. A lot of alphabets again. Interesting, you guys like the alphabets one. That's awesome. Loveys, honey bear with a question mark, butterfly. Let's see. The hamster. You guys love the corner to corner ones. Holy macaroni. Yeah, definitely some amazing answers. Okay, so now that I said that, I hope you guys had enough time to answer this question down here because I'm going to remove that now and let's find our winners. Shall we do that? And we're going to go through a couple of features again of this ebook before we take off. So make sure you stay here. Okay, are we ready? I'm going to cover my eyes. Okay, and let's find our winner. I'm going to scroll and let's see. I'm going to stop right. How about here? All right, we have Linda Santana. Hopefully I said this right. I had to double check first that the date is correct. Linda, congratulations. Hang on, I gotta press my buttons. Yay, Linda. Okay, let's see what Linda won. I'm going to click the button and let's see what you won. Doo. It looks like, oh, another gift card for Robbery, $20. Yay, Linda. Congratulations to you. All right, my winners. Congratulations to all my winners. We have more winning prizes to go in the next few days. So let me remind you really quickly, okay? So we have more prizes to give away, but in the meantime, while you guys are seeing that, here's my email address, okay? Winners, here's what you got to do. Winners, are you paying attention? If you're a winner, pay attention. Sorry. Because sometimes you guys take off and you don't remember. Okay, so email me. It's either going to be Nicole@Nikkie'sHomemadeCrafts.com or support@Nikkie'sHomemadeCrafts.com. Either way, as long as you email me. And you have to email me with the subject line, winner of the prize that you won and the date. That way I can go back to my videos and confirm that truly you are the winner, okay? Because here's the thing, some people like to take their time in responding to me. So I got to know the date. I don't remember everyone. I don't have a gigantic list. I go back to my videos and confirm that you are truly the winner. So please, I need to know in the subject line, winner of whatever prize you won and the date you won it, so I can go back and confirm. In the meantime, for all those who haven't won, hey, there's more chance to win, you guys. Come back. I'm going to teach you guys in the next few days more crochet stuff out of this blanket ebook, okay? Blanket ebook, not bundle, ebook, okay? With all of my patterns. I'm going to include 3 of those right here. Oh, I should put 3 fingers right there. 3 more, okay? And we're going to teach you something. We'll talk more about these patterns, and we're going to give away prizes at the end, just like we just did now. So if you get more than 100 viewers, we have 3 prizes to give away. So make sure you tell your crochet besties, okay? So this is our schedule. Here's my email address. Hopefully that was enough time for you guys to see all that and write it down, hopefully, okay? Let me remind you really quickly why this ebook is so awesome, okay? It comes with at least 1 video tutorial per pattern. That means every single one of these patterns includes at least 1 video tutorial. It has large font. It has clickable pictures. Haha, that would be cool. Whee! Okay, clickable video, a materialist, and the table of content. Okay, so in fact, I kind of want to show you on my iPad here, if it'll pop up. iPad, where are you? There it is. I had to call it. I had to summon my iPad. Okay, so you can see it has 273 pages. I am a little witchy sometimes. I'm a good witch. Okay, I'm a good witch from the north, my hubby always says. Yes, I'm from Germany, an area where there was a lot of witches. I'm not saying I'm a witch, but he's saying it. Okay, I'm a good witch. Anyways, so this is the table of content. You can click on things, doop, and then jump to it. So for example, I'm just going to jump to this one right now. See, you literally just jump to it, and I went to page 10. I'm just going to pick the random one. Okay, materialist, you can see it's clickable. There's video tutorials included. Okay, the next page obviously that has the graph and the written instructions, etc. And then over there is the main menu button. So you tap it and boom, you're going to jump right back to the table of content. That's how this works. It's easy peasy, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So you can get this entire ebook right here with 40 patterns. If you just love 2 of these patterns, this entire ebook is worth it. It comes with video tutorials. It's very easy, user-friendly, large font. You have lifetime access, okay? This ebook is here to stay, but the coupon code is going to go away after the 21st. So you guys know that. So then the price pretty much goes back up, right? And it's still 90% off. So to be clear, more than 90% off, okay? It is still very high in value, even if you miss the coupon code. However, I do recommend getting it with the coupon code because you're going to save more money, just, you know, okay? So definitely. So let me show you all the patterns here really quickly one more time. These are all the patterns included. So apparently you guys love a lot of these corner to corner patterns. Look how many. There's 10 of them included just in corner to corner, okay? The diagonal one. And then number 11 is the box stitch and horizontal rows. We have a lot of linked crochet, mosaic crochet included. We have Tunisian crochet included. We have regular crochet included. A lot of different techniques included in here. A lot of different stitches included. So if you really dabble into a lot of things, like even waffles and cables, you're in the right place, okay? So if you just love 2 of these patterns, the entire ebook is worth it because you're going to save time. You don't have to scroll the internet and go down a labyrinth. Labyrinth? Am I saying this right? Down the rabbit hole. That's what I meant to say. You don't want to go down a rabbit hole. Here's all in one place, videos, written instructions, material list, everything in one place, and it's so much easier, okay? Let's see. When do you accept into your group on Facebook? You mean like to join my Facebook group, like Crocheting with Nikki? We do this about once a day. My assistant goes in and accepts people. So as long as you answered all the questions on Facebook, you're going to get accepted. No worries. We only boot people that look like a bot or don't answer the questions. So if you answer the question and obviously you're not a bot, you're good to go. You're going to get added very soon. Once a day, my assistant goes through and adds people. So no worries, you're going to get in. Okay. So let's see. Am I seeing some more comments here? Let's see. Claudia says, so not in the prize contest today. Congrats and saying hi and love you. I love you too, girl. Make sure you come back. Come back tomorrow. Thank you all if you do. Oh, thank you guys all for showing up. You have no idea what it means to me for you guys to just show up. I mean, you're amazing. You guys are crocheting with me. I have so much fun with y'all. So let's see. Julia's really quickly a question. How much is it? Well, with that coupon code, it's less than $20. In fact, it is $19.99. I say less than 20. It sounds better. Less than 20. It's $19.99 with that coupon code for 40 patterns, 273 pages, and at least one video tutorial per pattern. Here I have a nice little list for you. Let me show you the list. This one has a list that tells you everything. Ta-da! Ad-free, printer-friendly, 40 written instructions, some with graph, 40 plus videos because some of them have more than one video, 273 pages, clickable content, table of content, material list videos. It has bonuses, including how to block your blankets, blanket sizes, and design your own graphs, so you actually even have more opportunity to get more patterns on your own. So much more. So yes, there is a lot to go on for it in this ebook. I hope to see you guys here back tomorrow. Let me remind you really quickly when that is going to be, and I'm going to take off, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful day. Let's make crochet blankets made easy for you. Go grab your ebook before the sale ends so you can get it at a stellar deal and have fun and be ready for the holiday season, because blankets take a little bit of time to crochet. So go grab the collection before it's done. Until then, bye! See you tomorrow!